Hi, my name's Sean. I've been asked to explain a couple things to you. This is our World War I display. We have a nice little display of belt buckles, different parts of Germany in early war and late war. We do the 23rd Regiment of Foot, Regiment von Winterfeld. This is an original belt buckle from a shoulder band from that unit. This is a pipe listed to the Bavarian Regiment. This is an original set of wire cutters, along with an original set of ammo pouches.
Surprising the leather survived over 100 years.
Yeah, this is a shell that was fired at the Meuse Argonne. It's a British 18-pounder, 1916 dated. The reproduction Pickelhaube is here. Unit guidebook and the original 1916 steel helmets. Our Feldmützes. This is something I'm actually really proud of. This is a Brief aus dem Feld, 1914, so it's our post office box where we get all of our mail and such, incoming and outgoing.
That's cool. That's a cool thing to have.
It was just a cool little piece that I picked up. No one else bid on it. eBay Germany, I love it.
And there's a big event, I think you and Sean was telling me, every year in Pennsylvania.
Why don't you explain to my followers the operation of the Maxim?
You know, I'm just an infantryman. I stay away from that thing.
Yeah, you don't want to lose your fingers.
Yeah, I've seen it happen. It's not good.
Sorry, my language study wasn't in German.
God.
Yeah,
Same
practical.
Era?
Yeah.
Same era?
Yeah, these are made in the early 1900s.
Yeah, so remember I was talking about early war and late war?
So you're like late war, right? Yes. These started the war in 1914. Gentlemen over there, Pickelhaubes. Very start of the war. I'm very young.
Right, so you're
Right when
like
they started to look like
1916,
Nazis.
1918, actually.
1918.
So spring to autumn 1918.
Oh, okay.
At that point, they'd cut out all of the color from the uniform, basically, to blend in better with the background, and they'd replace the leather.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Monty Shaw. I reenact the 3rd Auckland Infantry Regiment, NZEF. We were formed in 1911 from the other territorials nearby into an infantry regiment. During World War I, our unit took over, was the first British unit to capture a German colony by itself. We captured German Samoa. After that, we were shipped off to Gallipoli. We fought there, and we were one of the last units off of Gallipoli, and we served later in France.
And this unit's with New Zealand, correct?
With New Zealand, yeah. And we were sometimes clicked in with Aussies, clicked in with Canucks, you know, sort of thing. Whatever was nearby, we would form a. Normally we were used as a spearhead with the other units of theirs to be the first troops in, a shock troop sort of thing. Yeah.
Why don't you explain some of your web belt?
Webbing, each thing carries 15 rounds.
Yeah.
I don't have those on me right now. But there's 15 rounds each in each thing. So and then we were issued bandoliers of more that would carry 100 rounds. You got issued those every once in a while, like every week or something, every couple days, depending on how busy your sector was. Hopefully you weren't getting issued a lot of bandoliers.
Ammo was heavy and cumbersome, and very sharp and annoying.
Yeah. On this side, I've got where my water bottle would be, with my entrenching tool. This is the head of it. And over here, I've got my small pack with extra rations and other various materials. I've got an E-tool stick, which I put with the head, and I start digging. And I've also got a bayonet, a 17-inch bayonet, 17-inch bayonet. And that
Trying
goes,
to think metric. And...
Yeah, that goes on top of the Enfield number 1 Mark III. Nice thing about this rifle is most infantry units of the day had rifles that had 5 rounds only. That was the most typical. Whereas the British Enfield has 10 rounds, box magazine. And so the other interesting thing is the handle, you're able to palm it, which means instead of having
fire it very fast.
Yeah, so...
And it was the only gun that was cock on close.
Yeah. Also, the other thing is, this rifle was mistaken for a machine gun many a time by a single man. Firing at Germans, they would mistake it for a machine gun. And later, after the war ended, they were like, oh, those weren't machine guns, those were their natural rifles. Yeah. So every man had one of these. Originally, our unit had long leads, which were left over from the Boer War. But during the Gallipoli campaign, we swapped over to this rifle. When we were in Gallipoli, we had slouch hats, and later, when we arrived in France, we got issued these hats. But in the trenches, we were given helmets, Brody helmets, Mark 1s. You know, this is a South African manufacturer. This is a American manufacturer. This is a battle-used one.
This one's seen some shit.
Yeah, it's made by shrapnel. Shrapnel got him. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Now, whereas this helmet is designed to stop shrapnel, well, if it's that close, it's going to go right through.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Peeled it.
Yeah. The helmet is only designed to stop shrapnel, and
That's not thin
Yeah.
either. I can't bend that. That's not thin.
yeah, it's not the easiest thing to.
No, I mean,
It's
like,
still
you
even-
can pick it up.
Yeah. Even 100 years later, it's still hard to evaluate. Yeah.
It's got like 10% of the ring left. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah.
This was hit by shrapnel?
Yeah. Direct hit sort of thing.
Jesus Christ.
The other thing is the helmets and with their paint shine. I don't know if you can get that.
Yeah.
They shine. So in late war, they developed a helmet cover for it. Helmet cover was supposed to stop that shining. Before that, you couldn't see them. It's also the same material as the sandbags. So you don't just see a bobbing head. So that was the idea.
You see a
behind it.
moving sandbag.
You see a moving sandbag sort of thing. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
yeah.
Do you think you can maybe explain some of the weapons over here too?
Actually, I'll pull up some more.
You have your own Webley?
Two Webley.
I would not want to be whoever this was. Because these are all, if you look at them, they're all going inside. Ugh. There's a reason why that helmet was buried.
Yeah, alright, so we'll go through a few things.
What the
Yes?
fuck is... Oh, it's rubber though?
There you go. You get, these are stripper clips for going into the end. Hold on.
Is this an Enfield?
These are stripper clips to go into an Enfield. This is a Mark III Webley.
Oh, it's the...
Yeah, this is pre-war. Though these survived throughout the entire war as private purchase items that officers or just regular troops would get their hands on. Yeah, and although they weren't supposed to have these, officers and NCOs would look the other way because at night fighting you just need to get whatever you can get. And then this is the standard issue Mark VI.
Longer barrel, more accurate, more
Yeah,
power.
it shoots a 45 instead of a 38, which is a bigger round.
Yeah, 38 short and then 4.55 Webley.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, that was kind of typical of World War I, is using hand weapons. Instead of using instead of having to reload your bolt action, you would just go through the trench and start clashing people aside, and bashing their heads in, you know, that sort of thing.
It's such a messed up, like, it's rubber though.
Yeah, whatever you can do to survive. Yeah, sort of thing. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
thank you. Yeah.
Push back, I see, push on forward on the trigger guard, and that allows you to swing this open for the whole thing. Very interesting feature of the Rasgasser is when the loading gate is open, it disconnects the trigger from the hammer.
Oh wait, I've seen these before. You can pull the trigger and load it.
Yeah.
Like move the
Yeah,
move the
so you can advance the cylinders without moving the hammer to when you're loading.
That's very interesting.
Still takes forever to load, but you know, it's
Not a very powerful cartridge.
no, it's about the same as a 32 long.
Same thing with a camera lock.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. What are you asking?
Kid over there that's getting a wish fulfilled for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. There he is.
The house, and he's like, he just knows by the sound what helicopter. I was like, wow, he knows stuff. I just know it looks cool, it sounds cool. That's all I know.
Wow, those guys are, they really are getting into it to make it happy.
Yeah.
That's like the nicest thing I've ever seen in my life.
He has the other arm. One races the left and the other one the right.
This is seriously the nicest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I wonder what channel.
Oh, he's gonna give him something.
They got medals for him.
Oh. There's so many fields. He's gonna shoot the general.
He likes to do this with his left hand.
He was playing with his gun.
This was worth the trip to San Pedro.
Go first. Look at that squeaky.
Do you want some really squeaky?
Oh, man.
Hi, Piggy. Come here.
Sounds like one of those little things.
Oh, that's right, it does.
Come here, Piggy.
I went to Vegas for a cheer competition. I would have like my mom and all our friends have
You're big. He's got scars. See those scars?
He's old.
Hey.
Hi.
We got lots of battle scars.
Oh, boy.
Beautiful horse.
Yeah.
Armory at the base. For Fort McArthur days, I had a good time. It was my first time here. I'm glad I found out about it.